Hello.
Hi.
Let me ask you something. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay. So my name is Estrella Salcedo. I have a 7-year-old daughter, and I've been married for 9.
All right. For some reason, you look at
Yeah.
him.
For some reason, I look at him, or when I look at him, I guess I should say, and I see the grays in his hair, and I tell him, "Oh, we're aging together. You know, I can't believe we're getting old together because the time is passing." And so
Absolutely.
then, it just, I don't know. It's nice to have someone that you've known that long,
Right.
and that they're okay with you changing. 'Cause I
Yes.
think sometimes when the other person is stuck in their old ways of thinking and there's no evolution, there's no moving forward, and I don't know, I think I'll be bored. But my husband, he's always learning something new. He's always trying different things, and so that makes me want to try different things.
Right.
That, inspires me. So I think that's something too that's helpful.
Wow, that's phenomenal because a lot of couples, once they start changing, either one doesn't like the change in the other, etc. But you seem to have embraced his change and he's embraced yours.
Yeah, I
So.
think that's something that helps our marriage. That that we're okay with knowing that we're changing, that we're not going to stay stagnant.
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay, then the final question. Obviously, anytime you've been married long, there have been tribulations,
Yeah.
problems. What do you say would be the product in your marriage, the virtue in your marriage that allowed you to get past that tribulation?
I think our faith. I think that knowing that there's a bigger purpose than just us. I
Absolutely.
think that's been really important in our marriage. Because, like you said, I mean, it's not always all easy breezy. There's times where I'm looking at him like, you better sleep with one eye open. Because we get on each other's nerves. We're human.
That will come.
And especially, raising a child, and it's just everything. But I think being okay with being mad at each other.
Right.
Where it's okay to take some time to just be upset and just process. And that's something that we definitely have gotten better at as time has gone. I would say the first year or two of marriage sucked. I know sometimes people are like, "Oh, those were like the best years," but for us, it was the opposite. He even jokes. He said a story. He's like, "I remember going to Burger King before going home because I just didn't want to go home yet, and because we were newlyweds and we were so young when we got married, we just didn't know,
Of
how
course.
to navigate tough conversations."
Yes.
But I think looking to other people that have walked through that path before us, and so we got some mentors to help us with our marriage, and they were super helpful, and they just showed us some better ways to communicate, or just ways to communicate. 'Cause
Right.
we didn't have better; we just had no good, and that was helpful. And I think that would kind of help jumpstart our communication path.
Right.
Because that's definitely something that we weren't. We weren't taught that,
Right.
and so then growing up in just different households that we grew up in, so that was something that we had to learn, and it's something that you have to practice. 'Cause
Right.
It doesn't come natural. At least for us, it didn't come natural.
No. And there's no manual for marriage, so
No.
it depends on what you've watched. Like my parents, they were married for 40-something years.
Oh my goodness.
I only heard them argue once. So one day I asked my mom, I said, I only heard you all argue one time when you guys thought we were all asleep, and I said I came down the stairs and you guys were in a heated argument. She said, yeah, we believed when we first got married that we would not argue in front of our children. And I said, oh Mom, that was nice, because
That was
I said it
nice.
made me think that marriage was one nice, hello and no
Yeah.
arguments. I said, but it's good to know that you can step aside, solve it, and then come back normal.
Yeah. And you know what? That's something too that we try to model with our daughter, because she's growing up differently than we were. She has a 2-parent home, and so I think for her, sometimes when she sees us, we're arguing or talking loud to each other. For her, it's like, oh, it probably becomes a little bit stressful. But we tell her it's okay for us to argue.
Yes.
We're not going to not talk again.
Right.
We're going to resolve it, but we're just expressing how we're feeling to each other, and I think that helps her.
Absolutely.
She's 7, and so then we don't want her to grow up thinking that if she hears us discussing something where he views it one way, I view it another, that's not okay. It's like we're different people. We have
Yes.
different opinions about something, but at the end of the day, there has to be a compromise for one another, or we just have to figure it out. So that's just what it boils down to. You figure it out.
Yes. Thank you so much for your time and interview.
No
This was
problem.
wonderful.